Hi and welcome to Module 2. First off, forgive the lighting in this room. It's not the best lighting possible, but hopefully it won't cause too much of a problem. I want to just start really quickly and make this video short. This module focuses on APA citation. And if this is your first time hearing the word or the phrase APA citation, APA style, don't worry. If you're familiar with it, hopefully this will be a refresher for you. When we write in academia, when we write as college students in doing research, we write with authority. In this class, you will write with authority. And what that means to write with authority is that you're able to make claims, you're able to form assumptions and assessments around anything. And in order to do that, you need to provide evidence. You can't just say whatever comes to mind and how you feel about it when you're writing academically. You need to be able to back it up. And that's what APA citation is there for. It's a formal system that will allow you to write and provide evidence for your writing. It's called APA because it's short for the American Psychological Association Style Guide. In communication, specifically in the social sciences, we utilize that guide because it creates a kind of generalized, standardized way for us to write across disciplines. I will show you a handout I've created. I've also uploaded this handout to Beachboard so that you can review it, so you can complete the exercise for this particular module. This is all going to become a little bit more clear. I'm going to switch over to the handout right now, and we'll go ahead and dive a little bit more deeper into understanding APA. All right, we're back. On Beachboard, you will be able to access this particular document. This is a document that I've created with a bunch of reference pointers when using APA. The APA style book, if you've ever taken a journalism class, is similar to something like the AP style book, or in high school you may have learned MLA or Chicago. It's similar, it's just a different style. Essentially, when we write in academia, as a college student, you form part of this institution called academia. When we write in academia, we need to reference and acknowledge where we got our sources from. And it builds your knowledge, it builds the credibility of your arguments. In an academic paper, which you will be doing many of in this class, in particular your research proposal, you write, and I mentioned a moment ago, you write with authority. You are able to write and command attention and back it up with evidence. When you read a journal article, a book, any type of material you'll use when you write, when you back up your points, you're going to have to do two things. One of them is called an in-text citation. So for instance, when you write a sentence and you want to summarize an argument from a journal article or a book, you will write the claim, but you'll back it up. And there's different ways to do that. So for instance, if you're going to write this sentence here, CATS 2018 describes studies that have shown students who follow APA receive higher grades than those who don't. CATS is the author, the last name of that author. And the year that this particular book or this particular article was published was 2018. This is an in-text citation. It's citing within the text you're writing. Here are a couple nuanced ways of doing this. If the particular document or material you're referencing has 3 authors, you would do this and the year. If it has more than 6 authors, you would do CATS et al. This is Latin for encompassing, right? Here are more nuanced ways of citing. So for instance, if you don't want to always have, if you want to put a quote, you'd say CATS informs us that begin quote, and you'd put the year and the page number. You can go online. Purdue OWL is a very popular website that people go to. You can just Google how to cite, but I'm providing you with a quick playbook so that you can get your feet wet and hopefully get the, the motivation to look more into it. Read through this document carefully. Okay, I cannot stress that enough. Read through it carefully, and if you have any questions, let me know. So I talked about the first part of citing. You cite within the text. After you've written your essay, your project, whatever, you need to provide a reference list. This is an alphabetical list of every source you've referred to in your writing. And here are examples of how to format your reference list or your reference page. For journal articles, you would follow this format here. Last name, first initial, year, name of article. You would do all of this, including the periods. And here are examples on how it will look. So for instance, this is an article written by 1, 2, 3, 4 authors. This is Scranton, comma, A for their first initial, so on and so forth, the year 2016. The name of the article, notice that that this is written in what's called sentence case. What this means is that you write like a sentence. Your first word is capitalized, the N in networks. Of passing is not capitalized. You punctuate because the article has a punctuation here with a colon, and you begin back in sentence case here. Very important, okay? Then you would list the name of the journal right here. Remember, this is now title case. The J, the I, the C, the R. This is the volume number. Sometimes you have an issue number. The issue number is put in parentheses and the number's there, followed by the page numbers and something called the DOI. This is kind of like a web link, but it's a uniform identifier so that you can plug this in and find it. Similar to an ISBN number, or if you remember back in the days in the library, you had the Dewey Decimal System. Similar analogy here, okay? So read through this guide. If you have any questions, we can get on a Zoom call. I would prefer to answer this over Zoom than typing an email back to you because it can get complex. Or we can pick this up in a few weeks when we meet in person, okay? But utilize this so that you'll be able to complete the exercise in Module 2. One thing I wanted to do before I let you run off and do this yourself is I've kind of thought right now, you probably will want to know how to look up an article or how to know what part of a journal you're looking at. Well, let's go ahead and go through the process of finding an article. I usually like to use Google Scholar because Google Scholar is kind of a search engine for academic work, including books, articles, news outlets. You can also use the library's database website. That can be covered more in depth at another time, or you can use the library's resources to look that up. So for instance, right now, say we want to find an article around a theory called expectancy violation theory. This is a communication theory. And let's say we want to understand, maybe how it works in relationships. Here we pop up one article. We noticed that it's published in 2003 in a journal called Communication Monographs, which is a communications journal, part of our national association. You'd click that or the PDF version of it, but you'd load up the journal site. This is the journal site. Here you have the journal name, you have the article name, the journal name, the issue number, the volume number, the year, and the author. So what you can do is, let's just open up a Word doc here. Let's create a new Word doc. Let's kind of maybe work side by side if this will allow that to happen. So when you write an APA, we want to just, let's do this in real time here. It should be simple. We have the article. You don't even need to download the article and read it. You can read the abstract or you can download it, but let's just roll with this. So the author's name, if we can find it, is Jennifer Bevan. So we'd write her last name, Jennifer, I'm sorry, Bevan. comma, J.L. for Jennifer L. The year was published, 2003, close parens, put the period, and then we write the name of the article, Expectancy, Violation, Theory, and Sexual Resistance in Close, comma, Cross-Sex Relationships. Put a period there. Look at the journal name, Communication Monographs, and then we'd put get out of italics, put a comma, get back in italics, find the volume number, so that is 70, get out of italics, the issue number, 1. We'd look at the page numbers. At this point, we probably should have downloaded the PDF. Let me just open up the PDF for you. And it is loading up. The page numbers on this journal article is 69, so let's say 68 for the first page. 68 to 82. So we'd go 68 to 82, period. And then if there's a DOI available, we should find that right now. If the DOI, right here is the link, and it's a link DOI, so that's acceptable too. You just copy that, and you would pop that into your citation. And there you go. That is a citation in APA format for this article. There are some more formatting things we can talk about later when we paper write. You'd want to double space this. You'd have a special hanging indent by 0.5 inches. Bam, there you go. Any questions, let me know. There's more nuanced ways to do this if you're citing a book, a journal article, a magazine, a newspaper. You can look that up on the style guide I provided or online as well. Any questions, let me know. Please note that this module is graded or assessed on a complete versus incomplete scale. So if you do it wrong or incorrect, don't sweat it, try your best, because moving forward in our papers and our research proposal, this will be counted as part of completing it accurately. All right, I'll leave you to it. Any questions? We can hop on a Zoom call or pick up next time on lecture. All right, bye-bye.